go against the champ. So here's Simon Olsen. He's going to give it all he's got. Again, 2 Norwegian drivers, 2 Supra, but which one's going to lead? Fredric Aasbo gets all the way out there, baby. Ooh, look at that. Right under the bridge. Fredric Aasbo. This is why he's your defending champion. That confidence making its way from 21 to 22. Look at Simon Olsen. He's right there. That looked like a bumper. Don't know if he saw. Here we go. Simon Olsen. He's going to lead, but guess what? He's got that gold nose Toyota GR Supra in his rearview mirror. Here we go. Look at that. Dropping into formation. There goes Simon out to the outside. Oh, he taps. He comes back. That's going to hurt him, unfortunately. So as Simon Olsen gets disrupted, bashes in that great-looking Supra, Fredric Aasbo, you know what? I think he was just like, okay, you go ahead. He gave a little bit of and here we go. Former champ, defending champ, Fredric the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo, Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Trudeau Metzel down from Dominican Republic, Jonathan Castro in chase position. Aasbo gets all the way, 1, 2, back at it. Filling all that outside zone of number 3 into the touch and go for gold, literally. Ooh, Castro, really heavy. The other one is Stay Gold, Hammer Boy. Here we go, G-O-L-D, gold. That's what we're talking about with Fredric Aasbo chasing down Jonathan Castro. Castro comes out there, gets all the way out, dialing it in. Look at that, Aasbo comes up a bit short there. Castro with massive angle. Fredric Aasbo going against his Toyota GR teammate. I'll tell you what, Castro, yes, here we go.
This should be interesting, Jared.
This should be really good. Chelsea Denofa, Pensoil, RTR Spec 5D. Wow, look at that nasty swing by Denofa. The defending champion, Fredric Aasbo, chasing him down. Denofa taps it, massive angle. What was Denofa going? Absolutely ham, steak, and eggs, all of it. Denofa has here we go. Fredric Aasbo, Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Gets out of the outside zone, like we said, just kind of run even keel. Oh, wow. Look at Denofa! Woo! That's what you wanted, Montaigne. Denofa heard you, but he dives in on the inside contact. Dude, Denofa part-time is a magician, obviously. One here, Lantain. Matt Field, nasty initiation, a wide swing, coming in hot, gets all the way out there. You asked for it. Oh, boy! Woo! A massive hit by Matt Field. Let's make sure he's okay. A big hit by his hands out the window. Round of applause for Matt.
His spotter is up here saying 1,300 horsepower, so definitely a capable machine. Let's see. And Lorette caught up with Aasbo, getting that warrior mindset. The warrior versus the sheriff. The Norwegian Hammer coming on up into that first outside zone. And we talked about it. Look at Joao. He's got that horsepower, but can he dial it in? Way to back off. Takes a very tight line exiting that horseshoe. But keep in mind, this is your defending champion, piling that Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Wow. It's almost a standing burnout coming down.
Yeah. Something's wrong with that car.
No, that back right ain't firing.
Yeah, he may have a broken axle or something.
Yeah, I think a broken axle. So, what's that?
Yeah, axle's done. Sounds like he broke something leaving the line potentially, or in the burnout box.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's a real shame for Joao Berrion. This is not a restart. Make some noise for him. Joao Berrion and Fredric Aasbo. The lights are coming on. They're about to be extinguished. This should be a good one. Here we go. Fredric Aasbo, JTP, Justin Pollock-Nitto versus Falcon, Toyota versus Ford. Fredric Aasbo, guns ablaze, and the Norwegian Hammer comes out swinging into that first front clip. Now coming up the hill. Big angle there from Fredric Aasbo. Pulling away from JTP. Aasbo in that second outside zone. Justin Pollock gets to the side of him. Past that front clip. Look at Justin. On Aasbo, has to back off. And bringing it on around. He's going against. Wow. He's going against the defending champ. He wants to win here in Atlanta. Who's going to get it, JTP or Fredric Aasbo? Into that first front clip. What do we got? Brings it into that front clip. Nice job so far, JTP. Look at that staggered angle. Oh, and Aasbo gets into the side of JTP. Super versus Stang. Woo! Wow. This is a battle of the ages. Come on now. Yo. Toyota GR Supra. He will be leading. Here comes Freddie. The Norwegian Hammer initiates good flick into that front clip. Ryan Turk drops into formation. Both of them lifting up those Nitto tires. It's a Nitto tire battle coming into that second outside zone. Freddie actually doesn't get all the way out to that second outside zone. Now transitioning down. Looks like Turk backs off a little bit coming out of the horseshoe. And then Aasbo. Go. Ryan Turk out front, Rain-X, Toyota GR Corolla. Fredric Aasbo initiates right into that first front clip. Smashing that front grille of that GR Corolla. Continues on through the course into the first outside zone. Here comes Ryan Turk, gets all the way out there. Dips that Nitto tire into it. Now let's see how he handles it coming out of the horseshoe. Into that touch and go goes Ryan Turk, now transitioning back. Almost drops the tire. Looked like he didn't throw up dirt, but he did get onto that rumble strip. Man. Toyota GR Corolla, and here we go. Let's see what we got here between these two titans of the sport. Coming down the hill, there goes Fredric Aasbo. Now transferring up the hill as Ryan Turk comes now into that first and second outside zone. Now coming on out of the horseshoe, let's see how they handle this. Ooh. Ryan Turk falling back quite a bit. Makes some noise for him, Atlanta. Here after that first portion of that battle. Now he's got a lot of clean air because his bumper's all chewed up, but still gonna try to go for it here, minus that one gear. Now coming into that inside clip, big angle from Turk, transitioning up the hill. Looks like it's working out all right so far. Into that first outside zone, into the second outside zone. Filling all of it. Now bringing on outside of that horseshoe, transition back out. We don't need no stinking gear. We run with 3, baby. Ryan Turk pulling away from Fredric Aasbo. All right, looks like we got a clean start. No cones hit. And here we go. The Norwegian Hammer swings into that front clip. Big angle from Aasbo. Almost overshoots that front clip with so much speed. Odi Bakshis, you can see him really getting to the side of Aasbo. Past that inside clip, outside of the horseshoe. Transitioning back through the touch and go. Now through that final front clip, look at, there's Freddie. Just pulling away once again. Uses all the course, swings in front of Aasbo. Now coming into that front clip, lifting off that front left tire. Talked about how possessed this car. Look, Aasbo getting really close to Odi, but then he has to back off. I'm telling you, Odi Bakshis is just on a different planet right now. But Aasbo, I want to run back that replay. Whoa. Look at Aasbo flicking into that final Aasbo. Chris Forsberg coming down the pipe. Who's going to be on the pipe? Here we go. Bringing it into that first inside clip. Big angle from Aasbo. Forsberg dropping back a little bit. Let's see if he can reel him in. We saw that earlier. And now coming to that second outside zone. Aasbo gets out there. Forsberg, amazing proximity. Now coming out of the horseshoe. Freddie looking a little bit more fluid here. Now coming back up the hill. And there goes Aasbo and Forsberg. Another one. Send it! Fredric Aasbo and Chris the Force Forsberg, the Norwegian Hammer versus the Force. Coming down into that first inside clip. Let's see what we got. Fredric Aasbo initiates. Forsberg tries to get the door Supra. And there goes that Supra trying to pull away from Chris Forsberg. Into that first outside zone. Coming in outside zone 2. Freddie uses all the course, gets all the way out there to the edge. Now past that inside clip, Freddie does knock it over as Forsberg now takes a tighter line, exiting out of the horseshoe. Now back up, past that final front clip, makes some noise, Atlanta! Wow, ripping.
That was a lot of tires off.
Send it, Atlanta! Forsberg, Aasbo, Force, the Hammer, Nissan versus Toyota, GT Radial versus Ditto. Big initiation there from Forsberg. Big angle from him. Now coming on in, shallow on that line, coming to that first outside zone. Cones are flying everywhere. It's a party here in Atlanta. into that front clip. Big, nice sweep there by both the drivers. Look at that snappy transition from Aasbo. Coming on down, back the hill. One more clip for glory for one of these drivers. Aasbo or Forsberg. There goes Aasbo, initiating into the bank. LZ just as high. Look at that, making it look good. Dragging the bumper, that Rockstar energy drink. Toyota GR Supra now coming down into that first inside clip. LZ spins. As long as Aasbo continues on through the course, it'll be Aasbo with the victory. And Aasbo continues on. Like I said, he knows how to drift in the ice. He races on ice, he drifts over there. The lead driver can then lead. No sooner than before they extinguish. Adam LZ initiates the auto zone. RTR Spec 5D, the Type S lights are on. The RTR signature grille. Fredric Aasbo keeping good proximity, decent angle. Both of them coming down off that bank. Fredric Aasbo dives onto the inside. Now, there's no smoke to get into the way, but there is steam. A lot of that spritz being thrown up. And it looks like Adam LZ, as much as he wants to fight for this, Fredric Aasbo putting it down. And he did exactly what he needed to do, unfortunately for all the LZ fans. Fredric Aasbo initiates high on the bank. There he goes, see him tapping there, but look at Jeff go! Like I said, you can't count anybody out. He is the self-sleeper coming down, like we called him. Ryan Saves Diesel, the relentless one, and he is absolutely delivering just as he falls back. Fredric Aasbo, the Type S lights are flashing. Look, oh my gosh, smoke is filling the Coliseum. That is OSW. Jeff Jones with that Scandinavian flick into the zone. Little working his way higher, but Fredric Aasbo slams down some sparks being thrown. That gold nose has gotten Aasbo in trouble before, but not today. Jeff Jones riding that line. The GT radar being burnt up. Throwing it into that first outside zone. Aasbo sticks to the wall. Aasbo trying to stick it to the door. Yo, right there. Looks like you saw a little bit of attitude of those front ditto tires from Aasbo. Oh! Essa dives in. Second outside zone. Wrapping around that second, but well done. Aasbo and Essa. Woo! You're out front. Send it. Here we go. Michael Essa. Fredric Aasbo. Essa initiating. Oh, we got Aasbo aggressive. Dives down. Let's see if he can massage it up. Aasbo taking a lower line. Michael Essa staying high. Look at Aasbo. What? Are you kidding me? How is the nose of that car invisible? Are you absolutely insane? How did Aasbo, the first run of this battle, Forsberg in tow, Aasbo riding the wall. This is like what we just saw from those two American vehicles, and now we're seeing it from the imports of Toyota and Nissan. Aasbo and Forsberg now alternating positions, going to that second inside clip. Good transition from both the drivers. Forsberg doing a good job keeping that pace, keeping that tempo. Oh, coming up a little bit short there, but keeping that proximity is Forsberg. So compromising, getting deep, but it's all about Forsberg and Aasbo. And a transition there. Look at Aasbo just barely flirting with that back bumper. So that's what we saw Aasbo do earlier. So lower on the bank, proximity not as high. And we saw him do that against Essa. And look at, there's Aasbo doing his signature move, just barely allowing Forsberg to transition, going to that final crease. And Aasbo dropping back. Forsberg riding right on that edge. Aasbo exceeding it just a little bit. The Rockstar energy drink, Toyota GR Supra, into that first outside zone. There goes Fredric Aasbo into that second outside zone. Here goes Aasbo and now Odi Bakshis. The Type S lights, the party continues here. And look at Odi Bakshis right there. But what a great lead run by Fredric Aasbo. Again, our current points leader in that final outside zone. This is very similar to what we saw in their first battle, Ryan.
Are you sure the live stream truck isn't playing a trick on us?
Aasbo, Odi, firing off, and look at this, Aasbo. This is that X factor that we're looking for. What do we got here, kids? Into that second outside zone. Look at Odi Bakshis, right, drawing that line. But look at Aasbo, wheel to wheel. Nitto to Falcon, Toyota to Nissan. Now to that final outside zone, Ryan, wow. Woo, doctor, come on. Wow, and this is Pennzoil. Mustang RTR Spec 5D. Fredric Aasbo chase him down on the Rockstar Toyota GR Supra. Look at that, both these guys lifted some tire. Coming into that second outside zone. How are they gonna handle Chelsea Denofa? Fredric Aasbo Look how deep Chelsea Denofa is. And Fredric Aasbo, we saw him rubbing door with Odi Bosch. He's going to do it here with Denofa without disrupting and making it violent. Coming to that final outside zone. Denofa and Aasbo. Woo! Make some noise, E-Town! Like Adam wanted to do, and Denofa executed it properly. So here we are, Fredric Aasbo, again, your points leader and your defending champion, the Rockstar Toyota GR Supra, coming into that first outside zone. Chelsea Denofa, you saw him shallow, but then digs deep. Now let's see, can Denofa go deeper and mimic it? Yes, he does. So look at that. You can see he's actually deeper than Fredric Aasbo, which actually might help him. Let's see the transition. Here we go. Well, look at that. Gives him a little bit of room here. And Denofa, you see him take a little bit of angle out of it to gain that proximity. Let's go ahead, 3. Chelsea Denofa gets the win and takes down our points leader and defending champion.
Chelsea's a bit of a wild card. Fredric a little more kind of, concise and a little more not calculated, but then just I say that Chelsea goes for it into the dirt, now into that second outside zone. Fredric Aasbo looks like he might have kissed the wall, exchanged some gold on the wall into that third outside zone, and now in through that brown cloud. The Mummy does not get him, and now through and passing that finish line. Well done. Make some noise for Fredric Aasbo and Chelsea Denofa.
You could tell.
All right, here we go. Let's see how Chelsea Denofa and Fredric Aasbo, who's going against Ryan Turk in the next battle. Chelsea Denofa initiates, definitely not flirting with the dirt in there. Now into that second.
Wow.
Oh boy, no, it's not flirting with the grass. He's not flirting with the dirt. He's going into the grass. Landscaping courtesy of Denofa Landscaping Services. Near and wide, we will trim your lawn on both sides as Fredric Aasbo finishes it out, and Fredric Aasbo will continue. So unfortunately, that Pennzoil Mustang RTR Supra, two-time champ, Fredric Aasbo. Ryan Turk goes in that first outside zone. Fredric Aasbo tucks nice and tightly in behind that Ditto Tire Smoke into that second outside zone. And Fredric Aasbo cannot be shaken right there. The gold nose up in the door of that Toyota GR Corolla. Final outside zone, both of them overcooking.
Was
there
contact there?
Question. That was a question. That's not a statement. Was.
Yes, I think there was contact.
Still working, and they do have the 5-minute competition timeout left.
Here we go, back to the second half of this battle. Fredric Aasbo now in front. Ryan Turk in chase position into the first outside zone. How are they going to handle the second outside zone? Will Ryan Turk chase him down? Aasbo gets all the way out there, so does Ryan Turk. Now the twin Toyotas going to that third outside zone, and this is where the contact was made in that fourth outside zone. Looks like Ryan Turk kicks back a little bit, does not get all the way out to the outside zone. Let's see if he got it worked out. Here we go, Ken Gucci out front. Fredric Aasbo, all Toyota GR. One at 86, one a Supra. Ken Gucci, big angle there, high on the bank. Fredric Aasbo trying to get that gold nose and that Supra to the door, to the side of Gucci. Now into that second outside zone through the power alley. Into the third outside zone. Look at Ken Gucci. Seems to be having no problems at all. Fredric Aasbo right there. The Rockstar driver pulling on through. As opposed to kind of just his mistake. So, and he knows who he's going against. Gucci, he's a Toyota teammate. He knows how capable Freddie is. So here we go, the Norwegian Hammer dropping it into that first outside zone. Big bank there by Freddie. Ken Gucci looks like they're Gucci trying to gain up height on Freddie now into that second outside zone, the power out. Look at Ken Gucci surging forward, trying to bang his door, and now brings it, oh boy, slam.
Whoa.
Keep in mind, Freddie and his... Here comes Fredric Aasbo through that start chicane, dropping down, Dan Burkett gives way, and oh, Aasbo goes hard, straightens out. And he got that exposed back left wheel, but here's the scenario, Ryan. Freddie could finish out this run, but the biggest thing here is that unchaseable. Here's Dan Burkett, who, I don't know, I want to take a look at this. He shuts it down, but that was a big hit. It's not like he just kind of tapped and stayed in it. He tapped, straightened, and then went back into it.
Yeah,
second half of this battle, Aasbo sitting on an incomplete. Dan Burkett can find his first time in the Final Four going against the two-time defending champion. Dan Burkett, Rat Industries, Gear Wrench, Mark IV, Toyota Supra, coming down into the power alley. Fredric Aasbo trying to force a mistake on Dan Burkett, but Dan Burkett
keeps the composure against the two-time champ around that inside clip, and one more outside zone for Dan Burkett to enter into the final four.
All the boxes in the lead position.
Wow, this is it. I mean, like I said unofficially, but here it is officially. Dan Burkett. That is Fredric, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. It's Alec Robbins initiating that first clip. We are officially turning into our first pro battle here at a brand new venue for Formula Drift. Fredric Aasbo makes quick work of outside zone 1 and 2. Now coming to inside clip 2. Here comes Alec Robbins. Doesn't look too shabby. I'll be quite open, just as I say that. He goes and takes a shallower line. That final outside zone. Fredric Aasbo, I mean, doing exactly what he needs to do. Very reminiscent of what we saw on Thursday for his qualifying run. When he came out guns a-blazing a few years ago, and it's great to see him and his family here in the FD Championship. All right, here we go, initiating. There goes Alec Robbins. Gets in the rumble strips. You can see quick little yank of that handbrake, but Alec Robbins ripping through, but Fredric, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo, dives in. There's where you go. You're talking about where those rear tires should be. Fredric Aasbo right there, following that smoke signal, following that smoke trail. He does come a bit shallow, but watch him massage it. So you were talking about getting into the gravel. So Alec Robbins does exceed the edge of the course just a little bit. Little gravel machine gun. I noticed that as Kazuya Taguchi's going to chase him down. Fredric Aasbo initiates big angle there. Kazuya Taguchi not as deep an angle, going around that first inside clipping point. Now in that first outside zone. Let's see how they handle the second. Going to the second, a little bit of separation. See them going to that second inside clip. And Fredric Aasbo is performing surgery right now. Call him Dr. Aasbo into that last outside zone. Nice job by Fredric Aasbo. Because it's a points distance in between him and Matt Field. Because Field's on that right-hand side. If he goes further, it's really just going to create this Grand Canyon of a points gap. Here we go. Kazuya Taguchi out front, up garage, ISR Performance, GT Radio, GT86. In that first inside clip, you can see Aasbo in the pocket, but back there quite a bit. Let's see how he handles this. Kazuya Taguchi in that second outside zone. A little bit of distance between them. Aasbo dials it in. Really well done on that second inside clip. Now transition that last outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi, you can see him parking right in the box. Aasbo gets right next to him, bashed him on the side. Mike Power, our first battle of our Link Engine Management. Grade 8. Aasbo will lead, being our #1 qualifier. Mike Power bring up the rear. Coming into view of the... Oh, Mike Power overshoots it. A wide swing there by Power. Aasbo now goes in that second outside zone. And oh my goodness, Mike Power goes off course.
Into the wall, Jared. Into the fencing with the signage on it.
Holy cow, Mike Power shoots off. It's just purely incomplete. So here we go. Mike Power, he's going to initiate Fredric Aasbo, giving chase. Mike Power initiates into that first inside clip. Fredric Aasbo right there. He's not backing down, even though he has that advantage. It's a good opportunity to have his way kind of, getting used to and familiar with being in the smoke. And it looks like he is doing that. So Fredric Aasbo, Mike Power, a great run out front right now, but unfortunately with that big mistake, and we go. It is Aasbo versus Denofa. We got number 2 and 3 in points in the championship. Who's gonna get the win? Who's gonna advance on? Aasbo. Denofa initiating almost simultaneously into that first inside clip, now into that first outside zone in the second. Now coming in big angle for both of them. You can see not as aggressive is Chelsea Denofa. Maybe playing strategy here, backing off a little bit, but no tucking it now on that last outside zone. Gaining some applause from the spotter stand up here, but look at that sun. Could you imagine throwing smoke into the Spec 5D? Fredric Aasbo in that Rockstar energy drink. Both these guys on Nitto tires, simultaneous initiation. 109, baby! Oh, Doctor, come on now. First outside zone, transitioning into the second outside zone. Fredric Aasbo with the goal. Oh, knocks him out. Throws some more angle at it. Chelsea stays in it. Holy cow. With the assist on the drift. Chelsea Denofa staying in it. You saw Aasbo come from the rear. A little gravel being thrown up. I have never seen the Scottie Pippen assist. He gave a little hook. So third place, Chelsea Denofa. Second place, Fredric Aasbo closing the gap. Again, you saw the point standing. Denofa jumping up. Forsberg being knocked down. Ryan Turk being knocked down. And Gucci, who started out 10th, is now jumping up. Because here you go. Hey, guess what? Crazy things happen. Our eyes are watching Aasbo in the championship, but here's Dan Burkett. So this does have championship implications. Keep in mind, if Fredric Aasbo goes out here, basically it's Matt Field. So Always can't count people out. Dan Burkett barely gets in with that 32. Oh, he goes on the wrong side of that inside clip. He goes in the side, and Dan Burkett goes in hard. Fredric Aasbo does need to continue with his line, but Dan Burkett a little loose in that chase position. A lot loose, excuse me. So he did keep it together. Fredric Aasbo did what he needed to do, but from the jump, Dan Burkett, a little struggle there. We got some, what are we looking at there? We're not happy about. Aasbo advances, field advances. A champion isn't crowned in 32.
In 32, yeah.
In 32. It may be crowned in 16, it may be crowned in 8, or if both these guys meet, let's lay out and listen to our defending champion, Fredric the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. You to watch the series called Controlled Chaos, featuring that gentleman battle, or the battle for third place is heating up too, primarily between Chelsea Denofa and Ryan Turk. Here we go, the first battle of our top 16, and Fredric Aasbo throws it into the outside zone. Looks like Kyle Mohan gets checked up a little bit. You know what, that smoke is a great sign. That is showing us that, as you said, there are dry patches, but that's the bank. It slopes down. Now going to the second outside zone, you kind of want to temper it because look, minimal smoke, you're making steam. You see the wet patches, the shine, and Fredric Aasbo seems to be having a lot of great composure. Ew, he was flirting on going inside. Oh boy, Mohan slaps, back left, wheel gone. Big slap on Aasbo in that Toyota GR Supra, the Rockstar energy drink, flowing through the veins, Nitto tires on the corners. The Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra got a victory in Atlanta. Second in points, 11 points behind Matt Fields, leader. And guess what? The frenemy, Odi Bakshi's, then he goes for it. He goes high on the bank. And Fredric Aasbo on that Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra on Nitto tires. He goes for it. Transitions past that inside clip. We're seeing a lot better ideal conditions. Smoke is out here, but Odi Bakshi's not backing down. Look at that. You see him lunge forward to the side of the champion. He'd love to take him down. Freddie did miss that last outside zone. But hey, guess what? You get high now, it's dry. You know, risky going up there, and like we said, dipping that back right toe, dipping that back right falcon. Here we go. Odi Bakshi's will lead. Fredric Aasbo giving chase. Odi, you can still see he's keeping a safe distance. He's kind of got that cushion right there. And you can see all the marbles actually accumulating. They're not flirting with the marbles. All right, now here goes Odi in that second outside zone. Fredric Aasbo, he's kind of backing off here. He's letting Odi go for it. Odi with massive angle. Look at how settled that car is. And he gets out to that final outside zone. Fireworks go off. He lights them up. Again, Fredric Aasbo, Adam LZ. Looks like we got eyes on him. Here we go. Fredric initiates. Adam LZ in tow. Fredric Aasbo pulling away. How he's finding this grip is beyond me. These guys both on Nitto tires. Fredric Aasbo trying to make this a perfect event and prove to you why he's the champion in less than ideal conditions. Now coming to that second outside zone. Crawls just precariously. Oh, looks like, oh, both of them tapping. Trying to stay in it. Again, the attitudes of the car definitely disrupted, but both of them navigating, coming to that last outside zone. Freddie and Adam LZ. Battle. Adam LZ, his best. All right, so Adam LZ initiating into that outside zone. Look at Fredric Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer. Look at that, great. I mean, that looks like slow motion, but man, they are absolutely on it in the wet. Let's see how LZ handles this transition, the transfer. Past the inside clip, into the second outside zone. LZ takes a shallower line. That might be a smarter approach. Oh boy, that was a big hit. Looks like he oh, and LZ rotates. Even with the contact.
And look at that.
Make some noise for your 2022 Formula Drift Pro Champion, piloting that Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra. Now, 3-time and defending back-to-back FD champion, Fredric, the Norwegian Hammer Aasbo. Make some noise, Irwin Dale.